This is Nelson George with another Follow the Sound. I'm in front of, across the street from 131 Prince Street, which, if you look online, you can find out that these apartments here, you can rent one of those loft floors there for $18,000 a month if you're so inclined. It's a very different pricing structure back in 1968 when the innovative and pioneering jazz man Ornette Coleman moved in. He got an apartment, or he got the floor actually, the third floor. He moved in there in 68, and then here on the ground floor, it was kind of an empty space that eventually became Artist House, where he began having jam sessions and rehearsal sessions. Those who don't know Ornette Coleman, he's probably one of the most influential instrumentalists and composers in the history of jazz. His 1959 Shape of Jazz to Come, his 1960 Free Jazz, set a new direction for jazz that was quite controversial at the time it happened, but was madly influential. And in fact, he was here in this spot from 68 to 74. And you could say in a way that he began or was one of the key people in what we later called loft jazz. And loft jazz was something where musicians owned the spaces they lived in. They had shows at places they lived, and they controlled how long they played and what they played. And so the Artist House here at 131 was really essential. There's an album called Friends and Neighbors that came out, I think in the 60s, that has a lot of the players who Ornette really came really associated with. Drummer Ed Blackwell, bassist Charlie Hayden, Dewey Redman on various instruments. Don Cherry came in and played with him a lot. So definitely with the community, but Coleman was an explorer and adventurer, and if you follow his catalog, there's so much in it. A little side note is that where this clothing store is here at 131, in the 90s was the site, I believe, of Fat Farm Clothing. I came here a number of times to buy shirts. Back in the early 90s, there weren't hardly any places where black people congregated, so you could come here in the 90s and see all kinds of folks rolling in and out of Fat Farm. I had no idea back then that 131 Prince Street was such an essential part of jazz history. So that's Follow the Sound. Please subscribe. I'd love for you to, I'm going to keep doing these, and I'd love to get your support. It's Nelson George. Have a nice day.